This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, in a couple of recent videos we talked about the yacht VivieRae II and how it was stranded at sea when they had a prop fouling because of a line from a tender that had disconnected from the tender and wrapped around the propellers on the vessel, and the other propeller was fouled by a fishing line, unbelievably. Now the yacht was eventually recovered, as we mentioned in the previous videos, but at the time that they were stranded, a story surfaced that the vessel had come into contact with a 190-meter tanker that had passed by and heard the distress calls and went to their assistance. The tanker tried to tow. They tried to get close enough in rough weather to get a line onto them so they could tow them back to port, but they actually came into contact with each other. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a video has surfaced of what happened on the bridge of this vessel when this was all happening. So I'm going to play that for you now.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Push away with your stern. Go away from your stern. Hold on.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
What?
Hold on, Matt. Hold on, Olivia. Hold on. Hold on. Get down. Get down. Brace for impact.
Hold on!
Taylor.
Taylor, get inside!
Inside.
This is too dangerous. You need to... No, that is too dangerous. You probably damaged our vessel.
We're too close to the f***ing stern. Prop.
We are too close to the prop. Hold on.
Hold on. I'll go outside once they're f***ing clear. Let's go.
Elenita, try and hold your position.
Like I said, the vessel was eventually rescued, but not by this tanker. Even though they were trying to help, they actually damaged the vessel. The owner of the yacht and the crew went back. They chartered another boat, went back to the yacht, and then they went down and dived in better weather. They were able to unfoul their props and then go back. And the boat that they lost was also recovered by the Australian Navy and returned to them. So they're now headed to Brisbane to get the damage that they sustained from that tanker fixed in a shipyard there. All right, so we'll move on to the next story, and this is a quick one actually. This is a launch of a brand new yacht, and this happened this morning, Saturday. The vessel is believed to be the new Sibelle. Now, there was a yacht at the Monaco Yacht Show last year called Sibelle, which is owned by the Russian Alexander Shukov. That vessel was for sale at the Monaco Yacht Show. I believe it was for sale on Burgess Yachts website, or it was for sale by Burgess Yachts. I don't recall whether it was on their website or not. I was unable to find it today. So that vessel may have been sold, but it was believed to be sold in anticipation for this new yacht that has just been launched at the Feadship facility. Now, this yacht is a 67-meter or 219-foot yacht. It's currently known as Project 823, but it's believed that it will be called Sibelle when it is finally delivered. It was built at the Royal Van Lent facility in Kaag in the Netherlands. And like I said, it's owned by Russian businessman Alexander Shukov. He's also a British citizen now. He's got British citizenship since 2001, and he's lived in the UK since 1993. Not much else known about the yacht. The vessel is due to be delivered later this year. Now, the photographs that you're seeing on screen, these are from SuperYacht Times website. I will put a link to this article, the full article, in the description below, so you can go and check it out if you want to do that. Okay, so we'll move on to our next story. Now, you may or may not know who Andrei Melnichenko is, but you will probably, if you watch this channel frequently, know the yachts Motor Yacht A or Sailing Yacht A, as you can see on screen right now. And the most frequent comment I get when I put pictures or videos of these yachts on the screen is how ugly they are. Now, the good thing about it is that the only person that they need to appeal to is the person signing the checks, right? Now, in this case, that is Andrei Melnichenko. Well, allegedly, it's Andrei Melnichenko. He certainly owns Yacht A, but I saw a document recently where somebody who purports to be a PR guy for the Melnichenko business said that he doesn't own Sailing Yacht A. So anyway, it's got the same logo on it, hasn't it? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is because that logo that's on both of the yachts is also on an aircraft, which has just been posted online for charter. Now, the picture you can see here, this is on Twitter with a company called Jet Aviation. Now, this is a 737-700, as far as I can tell. And as you can see clearly, it has that very same logo on it. Now, this aircraft is believed to be owned by Andrei Melnichenko, indirectly, no doubt. Now, the reason why we bring this up is because this vessel is now, like I said, is up for charter. Now, it is registered, as far as I can tell, it's registered with a company called Global Jet, Luxembourg. We looked it up online based on a tail number, an old tail number actually, and we found that it has moved around over the years. So it is possible that he sold the vessel, but it's very unlikely because I would imagine he would have taken those logos off before selling that aircraft. What's interesting about this plane is, like I said, it's a 737-700. It's got a range of 5,000 nautical miles, which is over 9,000 kilometers. It's got a top speed of 480 knots or 890 kilometers an hour. It can fly for 12 hours, and its capacity is 9 people. A 737 with 9 people capacity. Now, obviously, it's not your average 737, is it? It's very nice looking. Now, if you are an aircraft specialist, if you're somebody who follows this stuff and who can look into this detail, this information in more detail, we'd love to hear from you because, this, like I said, it's not our area of expertise. So yeah, if you want to get in touch, then that's great. You know how to do that. You can get us through news@esysman.co.uk. All right, so we'll move on now to the next story. Now, this is about motor yacht Alfa Nero. You might remember we talked about this recently, saying that this yacht had been abandoned. It's been reported to have been abandoned by the Antiguan government. Well, the government of Antigua has now approved the sale of the 82-metre or 269-foot super yacht Alfa Nero. What they had to do to be able to sell this yacht is they had to actually change one of their laws, which is called the Port Authority Act, which allowed them to actually take ownership of this vessel to give them the ability to be able to sell it. Now, the vessel's been in Falmouth Harbour in Antigua for over a year now. And the captain of the yacht said that there are only 5 remaining crew on board now. And the captain has informed the government that the remaining crew are scheduled to leave in the coming days. So there will be nobody on board that yacht, which is obviously puts it at some risk. So, you know, a big vessel like that to be left unmanned is something that can't be done, actually. Legally, it's not allowed to be done. Obviously, if the vessel's been abandoned, if nobody's paying the bills, then the crew, they can't be expected to stay there. And I'm surprised they've stayed as long as they have. Now, one of the things that was said by the government in Antigua is that the crew and the bills hadn't been paid for a year. One of the bills is for over $500,000 worth of fuel. Now, the vessel is a big vessel and it has to run generators even when in port. So they have to have fuel for that, even though the vessel's not going anywhere. And local companies have given them $500,000 worth of fuel, and they've not been reimbursed for that. Now, there are also other companies that have also supplied other goods. I would imagine provisions, food and stuff like that also, and maybe parts, things like that. And they haven't been reimbursed for any of that. Now, the government says that the crew haven't been paid for a year either. But I'd have to question that, because who can afford to stay on a yacht working and not be paid for 12 months? Now, I've worked on yachts where the crew haven't been paid for a number of months. And after 3 or 4 months, a number of the crew were saying that they're going to have to leave, and they were borrowing money from family and stuff like that because they didn't have enough money to continue to work. So I can't imagine anybody can afford to stay for 12 months on a yacht if they think it's been abandoned, if they know that they're not going to get paid, or there's no likelihood that they're going to get paid. Why would they stay? So now we've been in touch with a confidential source that has told us that the crew have had some money, but it's been like a number of months where nothing's been paid, and then they've received some money, and then a number of months has gone by, and then with the promise of money coming as soon as they can get it to them. Now, this is possibly what's happened. I can see how the crew could be in that situation where they would say, well, I'll wait another month and see what happens, and then all of a sudden you've waited 3, 4, 5 months, right? With the crew, the remaining crew are now leaving, which does suggest that any possibility of money being paid is now zero. More importantly, it really puts that vessel in danger with nobody on board. You know, if there's something happens, rough weather, they can't move the vessel because there's nobody on board to move it. If there's an issue and the vessel needs to be moved, which did happen earlier this year, or maybe at the end of last year, where the vessel actually went out to sea when there was a possible tornado coming to that area. So there'll be no crew on board in the next few days. Now, the government has said that there are a number of people who are interested in purchasing this yacht, which was last year valued at $81 million. But because of the apparent abandonment of this yacht, they're saying that a recent valuation of it said it was worth $48 million. So that's a massive drop, isn't it, in value? It just shows you how important it is for the upkeep of a yacht, even when it's not moving. So yeah, in the next few days, it does seem that yacht will go up for sale. And the Antigua government has said that you can now put in bids, and they've put on their government website places where you can send bids to. Okay, I've got one last story before I go. It's going to be a little bit longer than normal. And this is about a motor yacht called Lady May. And the owner of this vessel has been arrested in the US. Now, the owner was arrested on Thursday. And this yacht has been in the news before. Now, you might remember, especially if you're in the US, a couple of years ago, a former White House strategist named Steve Bannon was arrested whilst on board a yacht. This was in 2020. Well, this is the yacht that he was on at the time. Now, the owner of the yacht is a Chinese chap called Go Wengui. I probably butchered that. I apologize. He apparently owns a Beijing-based Zenith Holdings, and it's active in healthcare. That's according to SuperYacht Fan. He's been arrested for the crime of defrauding online followers out of $1 billion. He's alleged to have sold $500 million in stock in something called GTV, and then pocketed a lot of the money. And he used the money. Allegedly, he used the money that he defrauded to buy the yacht, to buy a house and a Ferrari, I believe, a special Ferrari for $3.5 million, and some other stuff. Now, according to the South China Morning Post, the yacht was offered to creditors in bankruptcy filings in 2022, as he owed more than $100 million. However, that yacht is not worth $100 million, not even close. It's worth a mere $28 million, according to Moran Yacht, who had the vessel for sale in 2020. Now, the yacht is a 46 meter or 150 foot Feadship, which was built in 2014. And like I said, it was for sale in 2020 at $27.9 million. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Just be sure to check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/eSysman. We just posted the first of a new series of videos called Patron Chat on there. There's another one coming tomorrow. In this video, we talk about the new yacht from Lursen, this hydrogen-based fuel cell on board. You'll also get to see exclusive videos not published on YouTube like this one we're just talking about. You'll get early access to features advert-free, and you'll get to suggest topics for future videos and ask questions for Patreon-only Q&As. We're just about to hit 100 Patreon followers as well, so please be sure to check that out. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. It's a little bit longer than usual, so I apologize for that. If you've got any information about any of these stories or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can do so at the About page of the YouTube channel. You can do so on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, and you can also get us on Threema. Be sure to like this video, it's very important. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Push away with your stern. Go away from your stern. Hold on.